What is your real passion and what is stopping you from pursuing it? Let's see what the cards have to say. Welcome back to Sweet Infinity. My name is Kieran, and today I'll be reading from the Modern Witch Tarot deck by Lisa Sturl. This is just a beautiful deck. It's classic, I would say. It takes the classic elements of the tarot and puts this beautiful modern twist on them. If you want to purchase your own deck, you can get that from the links in the description below. The cards are gorgeous, so they are using the Rider-Waite elements and imagery and then bringing them into a modern 21st century perspective. Sometimes you see people holding cell phones and laptops and on motorcycles, but it still holds pretty nicely to the traditional imagery so that you can still use the card interpretations that you may know about the tarot. So it's a good deck. Highly recommend it. And it's fun too. So let's shuffle and get started. Please remember to subscribe to this channel if you haven't already, and leave me a little note saying hi. Let me know if you like this deck or if you are a fan of a different kind of deck. I would love to know what kind of deck you use. Do you use the traditional Rider-Waite deck, or is there another one that really speaks to you? I have a growing collection. I love collecting them. I feel like they're just beautiful artworks, along with the amazing symbology and the inspiration and intuition that they bring to my life. I just see them as pieces of art. Maybe I'll do a series where I'm comparing the same card from different decks and how different artists' interpretations change or inspire a different meaning. So I'm working on something like that. Okay, so let's spread the cards and see what comes up. Today I want to read about the way that we are stifled, or how we stifle ourselves when it comes to pursuing our passion. Now, pursuing our passion is something that has sort of a cliche meaning almost, but it doesn't mean that it's unnecessary. It's something that we need to consider. We are on this planet in this form for just a short while. It passes pretty quickly when you think about it. And I don't think we're here just to do things for a job. I think we're here to do things that matter, that mean something to us, whether that might be building a new family, having kids, being around a certain community, or cultivating your roots in the community that you're in, or that you belong to, or that you want to belong to. Whether it's pursuing some kind of career goals, there's nothing wrong with it. But I feel like a lot of people are just not pursuing their real passion. A lot of us are going through the motions and sort of living life on autopilot. And I'm a firm believer that everybody has a passion that they should be pursuing. It doesn't necessarily mean that you need to stop doing your job, because maybe it's something that can't really make you a lot of money to live on. For example, if your passion is gardening or bonsai art or bonsai plants, maybe you can make something career-wise out of it, but you don't have to. You should still pursue it. Call it a hobby. And the culture calls it a hobby. I call it a passion. Maybe it's painting. Maybe it's macrame. Whatever it is. There's usually something. Maybe it's making puzzles. Maybe it's doing Legos. Whatever it is, you should pursue that. And if you can find a way, and if you want to use it as a career, you could probably figure out a way to do that. So let's see what the cards have to say about you pursuing your passion, whether as a hobby or as a side hustle, or a main hustle, I guess. What do the cards think your passion is really about? Six of Swords. The Moon. So what I'm seeing is that your passion has something to do about escapism. It's something you don't necessarily show to the world. And it has something to do with wanting to get away from the hustle and bustle of daily life. Maybe you are somebody who likes to write poetry. Maybe you are somebody who likes to read or write fan fiction. Maybe you are somebody who sings but only when nobody's listening. Something where you have some kind of hidden talent that you might be aware of yourself, but you don't necessarily want to show the world. You might not even be practicing it too much yourself, as much as you'd like to. It's kind of repressed. That's what the moon energy is. It's kind of like it only comes out at night when you think nobody's watching. So it has something to do with escapism. That's what I'm seeing. And usually that is about some kind of artistic pursuit that allows you to escape. So it's usually some kind of writing, maybe some acting of some kind, something that allows you to escape. If you notice in these cards, these characters are all facing away from the audience, from you. They're not looking at us, which is also a sign of you sort of are a stranger to your passion. You have not necessarily looked yourself in the eye when it comes to that. But you're starting to build a kind of inner strength. You kind of know what you need to do on some level. You have an idea. This is a lady who has this lion next to her, and they're friends. You can tell they're friends. The lion is not attacking her. The lion and her are like one entity. They're moving in sync. They're looking in the same direction. They're wearing roses, both of them. They're friends. The strength card is about the inner strength that you have to pursue your passion, to put it into motion. This is a very powerful card. And what this is saying on top of these two cards is that you are hiding your talent. You're hiding your passion. And maybe you don't think it's something that people around you would appreciate. But if it's something that's not destructive in some way or negative or exploitative in any way, whatever it is, you actually have the inner strength to understand that you actually enjoy this thing. Maybe you have built a persona of a very serious person, but your passion is slapstick comedy and just being a clown, whatever. And maybe people don't expect that from you because you have a persona, or the roles that you fill in your life are just so serious and so responsible that just letting loose is not something that you want to show the world. And that's understandable. But we're talking about your passion and how that might be stifling to you to just keep putting it down, pushing it down, suppressing it your whole life. You have the strength in you, but you've kind of kept it very tamed. You've kept that inner part of you very docile so far. But what's happening in there? The Lovers. So this is a card about choice, about commitment, about making a decision. It's often a card about not being able to just pretend anymore. See, when you fall in love, it's usually because somebody has moved you to the point where you can no longer pretend that they are not an essential part of your life. That's usually how love relationships are, and how they're different from other kinds of relationships where we might still love somebody. We might love family members, friends, other people around us, acquaintances even. But when you fall in love, it's a particular kind of commitment, and it's unmistakable. It's unbearable to not have a connection with the person you love. If they don't love you back, that's a tragedy, and you should definitely stop. But the idea of falling in love is it's a commitment, and it's an unmistakable bond that develops. So while you are suppressing your instincts and your talents, and you're trying to not show them to the world, you're shy about it, or you're hiding it, you're developing them internally on some level, maybe through dreams or on some subconscious level. You are ready to kind of give birth to them. You are ready to come out to the world. In fact, you're approaching a point where it's going to be unbearable not to. It's going to be an unbelievable, cathartic, beautiful experience for you to just let it out there. Just admit that you're in love, in love with your passion, whatever it is that you want to do. And you will find that the people around you will listen. They will pay attention. You will find the right people. Seven of Wands. Again, wands are very much about passion. Six of Swords was about thought. It's about escapism. And Seven of Wands, now this character, she is in it. She's in the thick of it. She is doing the hard work. She is setting boundaries where she doesn't want to do the things that she doesn't care about. She's saying no to the things she doesn't want to do and absolutely despises. Maybe you've said yes to things that you should have said no to. Maybe you've had too many thoughts, too much distraction, too many choices. Again, with the idea of choices, okay? Once you're in the thick of it, you put your roots down, you do the thing that needs to be done. That's where you're getting to. That's what's coming up for you. Is that you're going to just lock in, as the kids say. You're in, you're committed, and you're doing the work. Whatever it takes, you're getting it done. Now, just because you're passionate about something doesn't mean there isn't work involved. The thing that you're passionate about, there is still work involved. Maybe you want to write. You have to sit down and write. Maybe you want to sing. Maybe you have to learn how to sing. Maybe you have to go join a group or take some classes. Whatever it is, you are in it. And you can be in it. In fact, when you are in it, you'll be rewarded. You might feel like the fool starting out, but the fool, the whole deck is about the fool. This whole journey is the fool's journey. The fool is not a bad word in tarot. It just means the new person, the newbie, the freshman, the one who's just starting out, the acolyte, the apprentice. So you are just going to be renewed. Whatever your age is, it's okay to be the fool again and again and again. In fact, that's what life is about, I would argue. What is the point of life if you're not learning something new, if you're not trying something new, if you're not at some point or another, every so often, just sort of being the fool and being like, what else do I need to learn? What is it that I don't already know? As we get older, we tend to feel that we have learned everything there was to know. And the fool reminds us to continue to have that beginner's energy. Some people call it the growth mindset. That energy of, I have more to learn. Everybody does. I do. You do. Everybody does. And once we embrace that, we are open to the world, which is full of possibilities. We are open to so much more than we have allowed ourselves to have before, because we wanted everything to be set. We want control. The fool is about to step off of a cliff, but maybe not. Maybe there's a bridge there. Maybe she can fly. I don't know. But the point is that she's at least making an effort to go out there, explore new things, especially when it comes to your passion. You're afraid of judgment. That's one of the big things. Whenever we're going to put something out there in the public, not even just in the public in a massive scale, but even people around us, we are afraid of being judged. We're afraid of what will people say. We're afraid of what our parents will think, or siblings, or partners, or kids, or friends, or coworkers. We are afraid of judgment. We're afraid of people will say, well, look at her. She thinks she's this, or what is she doing there? Why is she wasting her time with that? Or okay. We're afraid of judgment. We're afraid of bad reviews. We're afraid of being imposters, imposter syndrome. We're afraid of all that. So judgment is there to accept that some people will judge us badly. It happens. It should not stop you from pursuing your passion. People judge others based on who they themselves are, not necessarily what the other person is. You can look at the same person doing the same thing and have a very different opinion of them than somebody else. You might have a certain nuance about them that you understand. You might contextualize them in a certain way. So you will also be subject to different people's judgment, for better and for worse. That's something you cannot control. In fact, putting yourself out there and embracing your passion is about learning that you cannot control other people's reaction and response to whatever it is you're creating, whatever it is you're doing. And again, like I said, as long as it's not negative, destructive, exploitative, abusive in any way. That's it. You don't need everybody to love what you're doing. That's the beauty of being in this big world with so many other people, is that you will find your audience. You will find the people, might not be a lot, but you will find those people to whom what you're doing and what your passion is going to resonate. They will find you and you will find them. It's amazing how that works, actually. And, you might have to put yourself out there. And if you're publishing something or uploading something, you might want to share it around and things like that. Do some promo. But you will find the people. And those people who will judge you in a way that you wish not to be judged, you'll have to accept that that's where they are right now. It might not have anything to do with you. It has very little to do with you, much more to do with where they are, what they're going through, because everybody's going through a very different set of experiences. Ace of Swords. So, here's your assignment. Start the thing. Start the thing that you've been talking about, that you've been thinking about. The Ace of Swords is about starting a new project. It's about acting on an idea for the first time, something that has just been an idea, making it real, manifesting it, working on it, creating it, making it happen. So that's the card I'm going to leave you with, the Ace of Swords. You can start working on your idea right now. You can start working on your passion. Whatever it is that you're developing, that you've been working on, you don't need to hide it anymore. There are people out there who want to hear from you. There are people out there who will appreciate you. There are others who may not, but that's okay. You don't need all 8 billion people in the world to love you. You put yourself out there, love yourself, and you will find the people that you need who will resonate with what you're doing. I hope this has been helpful for you. Again, if you're interested in this deck, there are links in the description. And I'd love to hear from you. Send me a little comment. Let me know if this was useful. Let me know what it is that you're working on, if anything. If anything comes to mind, I'd love to hear it. And yeah, come back again. There are other videos, lots of videos on this channel. I would love for you to check them out. As always, take care of yourself, take care of each other, and have a sweet infinity.